Today at 1:21 a.m, Malaysian Air Traffic Control lost all contact with flight MH370 over the South China Sea. Flight MH370 departed Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 10:30 p.m. local time, on time and on schedule, bound for Beijing in China. Flight MH370 sent no mayday call or any distress signal. There are 239 passengers and crew on board, including 10 cabin crew with the pilot and his co-pilot. The plane is a Boeing 777-200. The last known transmissions of Kuala Lumpur Air Traffic Control and flight MH370 are as follows. At 1:01 a.m. and 1:08 a.m, Kuala Lumpur Traffic Control gave permission for MH370 to reach a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. The final transmission was at 1:21 a.m. when Kuala Lumpur Air Traffic Control gave a send-off to the cockpit of flight MH370 on waypoint known as Igari. This was to be followed up by a hello with Ho Chi Minh Air Traffic Control. This never occurred. It is at waypoint Igari that flight MH370 went off all radar screens. Once that was ascertained, a search and rescue mission was immediately put into action. The Coast Guard and the Navy, along with search and Navy rescue planes, were immediately airborne. We also contacted our neighbours, the Vietnamese and Chinese Navy, and as we speak, there is a massive search underway for any survivors of flight MH370. Of the 239 passengers on board, the manifest has indeed been gone through quite thoroughly, and we can now conclude that there are 158 Chinese nationals on board, 38 Malaysians and 6 Australians, with a further 12 countries with passengers on board. Their consulars have been notified, and all consular assistance will be given to both the relatives and friends of all on board flight MH370. The captain is Captain Zahari Ahmed Shah, who is 52 years of age and has been with Malaysian Airlines since 1981. He has 18,750 flight hours. His co-pilot is Farik Abdul Ahmed, who is 27 years of age, who joined Malaysian Airlines in 2007. He has 2,700 flight hours. Both the pilot and his co-pilot are very experienced with exemplary records. Our attention now turns to the relatives of those on board flight MH370. We will give them absolutely every assistance and keep the information flowing. It is worth noting at this press conference here that information is very scarce, and we will only be taking a few questions at this particular junction, as it is only a few hours since this incident occurred. So, yes, sir, I'll take a question from you.
Anderson Cooper, CNN. Have the weather charts been examined, or do you know whether storms near the flight path of MH370?
Yes, we have examined, indeed, the weather charts. There has been preliminary examinations Flight conditions indeed have been considered to be absolutely perfect with visibility and no known local or regional storms. Yes, sir. I'll take a question from you.
Jeremy Baxman, BBC. Is it true that flight MH370 simply dropped off the radar? And have you asked the military in Vietnam and China to supply you with data?
Yes, we can conclusively prove that flight MH370 simply dropped off the radar at 1:21 a.m. This has been verified by both Vietnamese and Malaysian air traffic control. As for the second part of your question, indeed, of course we will look for assistance if that's required, but not at this particular junction. Yes, sir.
Lin Mingdao, Chinese People Republic News. Is terrorism a possibility at this time, and will you be looking at passenger and cargo list?
Well, the first part of your question, sir, yes, terrorism is absolutely on the table, and yes, we will be looking at terrorists and any information we can get from the intelligence services. For the second part of your question, in terms of looking at the passenger manifest and the backgrounds of the passengers, indeed the cargo, that will be all as a matter of protocol and will indeed be dealt with in depth. Yes, sir.
Jean-Michel Fromage from Le Monde. Was the plane in contact with the ground control as normal? And did the automated computer messaging system on board MH370-777-200 send any data to the Boeing indicating any mechanical problem, as happened with Air France crash?
The first part of your question, sir, is yes, the plane was in contact up to 1:21 a.m. This has been cross-checked with both Malaysian and indeed Vietnamese air traffic control. That is conclusive. As for the second part of your question, Boeing have said they received no mechanical reports directly from the plane to their centre in Seattle. Thank you all very much. We will keep you fully informed as to events as they unfold. Thank you.